I refused to lie about my miscarriage to make my SIL feel better. My mother-in-law called me heartless at Easter dinner in front of the entire family, all because I wouldn't pretend my baby never existed. 3 months ago, I lost my daughter at 22 weeks. Her name was going to be Mira. I held her. I buried her. I still have her ultrasound taped to my bathroom mirror. My sister-in-law Kelsey has been trying to conceive for 4 years. IVF twice. Both failed. I understand her pain is real. I've never minimized it. But 2 weeks after I lost Mira, Kelsey told my husband that I shouldn't talk about my miscarriage around the family anymore. She said hearing about it was triggering her fertility trauma and making her depression worse. My husband came home and told me what she said. He looked uncomfortable. Maybe we could just keep it private for a while, for Kelsey's sake. I stared at him. Keep what private? Our daughter? He backtracked immediately. That's not what I meant, but maybe at family events we don't bring it up, just until Kelsey's in a better place. I told him no. He didn't push it, but I could tell he was caught between me and his family. Easter came around. I wore a small necklace with Mira's birthstone, sapphire, September, the month she was supposed to be born. Kelsey noticed it immediately. What's that? She asked. Her voice already had an edge. It's Mira's birthstone. I said it calmly, not defensively. The table went quiet. Kelsey's face twisted. Why would you wear that here? You know I'm struggling. I looked at her. I'm struggling too. I lost my daughter. She slammed her hand on the table. You had a miscarriage. I can't even get pregnant. Do you know how hard it is to watch you get sympathy for something that lasted 5 months when I've been suffering for 4 years? I felt the air leave my lungs. Something that lasted 5 months. My mother-in-law jumped in before I could respond. Kelsey has a point. Maybe today isn't the day to wear that necklace. It's a family holiday. We should focus on the people who are here. I looked around the table. My husband was staring at his plate. His dad was pretending to check his phone. His aunt was refilling her wine glass like this wasn't happening. Nobody defended me. Nobody said a word about Mira. I stood up slowly. Mira was here. She was real. She had a heartbeat. She had fingers. I felt her kick. Kelsey started crying. See? This is what I mean. She always makes everything about herself. I turned to my mother-in-law. You want me to pretend my daughter didn't exist so Kelsey feels more comfortable? She didn't flinch. I want you to read the room. Not everything needs to be shared. I picked up my purse. Then I guess I'm not welcome in this room. I walked out. My husband followed me 5 minutes later. He didn't say anything until we got to the car. That was really hard for Kelsey, he said quietly. I turned to look at him. And this hasn't been hard for me? He rubbed his face. I'm not saying that, but she's been dealing with this for years. You've had 3 months. I felt something cold settle in my chest. 3 months since I held my dead daughter in a hospital room. 3 months since I had to plan a funeral for someone who never got to open her eyes. Is that not long enough to grieve? I asked. He didn't answer. When we got home, I went to our bedroom and locked the door. I sat on the floor for 2 hours holding the only outfit I'd bought for Mira, a tiny yellow onesie with ducks on it. The next morning, my mother-in-law sent a group text. She said I owed Kelsey an apology for ruining Easter. She said grief wasn't an excuse for selfishness. She said I needed to learn how to support family instead of making everything about me. 14 people were on that text chain. Not one of them disagreed. My husband read it over my shoulder. Maybe you could just apologize to keep the peace. I looked at him. Would you ask Kelsey to apologize for calling our daughter something that lasted 5 months? He went quiet. I packed a bag that night. Told him I was staying with my sister until he figured out whose side he was on. That was 6 days ago. He's called twice, both times asking when I'm coming home, neither time asking how I'm doing. Kelsey posted on Instagram yesterday a quote about chosen family and removing toxic people from your life. 14 likes, all from his side of the family. I still wear Mira's necklace every single day, and I will never apologize for that.